Yo, yo, yo. Welcome into the top of the bleachers. We are live on October 21st, 2024. And today's show, we are going to talk about sports stuff, football weekend recap, some other stuff we saw on the Twitterverse, and just hang out and chat and stuff, man. Tuck, what's up, man? Happy Monday. How you doing, bro?
Doing good, dude. Doing good. Monday's my day off, so I just ran some errands around town. Went to Lowe's. That's always fun. Took my dog. I always like taking my dog to Lowe's. They're always pumped up to go inside. So we went and got a few things at Lowe's, and then came home and did a little bit of work. I got a project popped up today. My
Mm,
gate on my fence outside is starting to tear away from my fence. I got a wood
mhm.
fence, so I gotta take my fence down and bring in. I found some different hinges. They're like anti-sag
Mm.
hinges. And
Yeah.
I gotta rebuild my fence and hang my fence back up whenever
Okay,
my
great.
hinges come back in. So should be
Yeah,
interesting. I should
that is
document
interesting.
it and do post it to YouTube so everybody can see what not to do when you're doing carpentry.
You should do that and send me a video of it because that would be great.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a good Monday. I had to work today, and it was crazy busy. We got a guy that's off work for a week or so, so people were hitting me up that usually hit him up going, "I need it," and I'm like, "He's not here. Sorry. Uh, yeah, try again next week."
Mhm.
Um, so and then took a short nap, and then got up and ready to do this, man. What's So I got some. Let's see here. I got some slides for us. Let me change this background first, man. Let's change this. Bam. So first thing I'm going to talk about is I saw this on the Twitterverse from our buddies, high school top recruits. I follow a lot of their stuff. He does a lot of the recruiting and stuff, college basketball recruiting. Anyway, they'll do stars matter question. You know, a 5 star, 4 star, 3 star. Does that stuff matter? Some of the top rated preseason All Americans here: R.J. Davis, Hunter Dickinson, Ryan Kalkbrenner, Mark Sears. Mark Sears for Alabama. That dude, it's unbelievable. He wasn't even ranked coming out of high school. Kalkbrenner was at 107. RJ was at 60. Hunter Dickinson was at 52. So I mean, none of these guys were 5 star guys coming out, you know what I mean? But that's all the hype right now. That's all I hear about is these 5 star guys and where are they going, who's getting who, and does that really matter? You know what I mean?
Well, we had that story the other day about the guy that does you know, did analytics or whatever and got busted for being everything being falsified and all that. And when they
Mm.
get into this rankings thing, sometimes I wonder if that goes on. Like, hey,
Eh,
you give me a little bit of this, and I'll move you up on the ranking or something like that. I don't know, how clean this ranking system is, but
yeah.
it's like when we talked to Benji. 4 and 5 stars kind of stick out. You know, it's not like
Hmm.
they're and you can be a 5 star coming out of high school, and it's a lot easier for you not to live up to your potential than it is, say, a 3 star to become a superstar in the league or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're talking about kids. These are 18-year-old kids. Ranking them's
Yeah.
kind of silly anyway. What
What's
up,
up,
Dale?
BS? Yeah, I think so too. I will say this: these guys here are older guys. They've been in school for a few years as
Yeah.
well. They could have went pro. Mark Sears could have went pro last year. Hunter could have went. All these guys could have went pro last year, actually, if they'd wanted to. But they decided to come back, probably for Neil, because that's just as good as what they would have got in the NBA, probably on a two-way deal. But anyway, it's still the fact that they're older guys. You know what I mean? They're not,
Well,
you
I
know.
think that's what a lot of these coaches are hoping happens with this Neil money is that they end up getting to keep players longer. even if you're
Yeah.
getting a kid out of the transfer portal, he might be a senior or something that you're getting out of the transfer portal instead of, you know, having
Yeah.
a full team of freshmen.
Yeah. So don't get hung up on your stars, people. It doesn't always mean everything.
Yeah.
Even though I get super stoked when I see the Arkansas guys that are being recruited. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's a 5-star. But yeah, stars don't always mean anything. Let's see what else did we see on the Twitterverse. Oh yeah, bro. We have a World Series coming. I know we don't talk about baseball much. I don't ever watch baseball much, but if you were to say who's the two most popular guys in baseball right now, I'd probably say Otani and Judge. That's the two guys I'd probably that I would know. You know what I mean? So, what do you think?
Yeah. I, I
Is it rigged?
I think it would have been cool to see a Subway series between New York and New York myself. But isn't
Eh,
it funny that the two faces of Major League Baseball are going to end up facing each other in the World Series? It's almost like it was written that way. You know, it's kind of weird.
it is kind of weird. Otani goes to the Dodgers, and boom, he's in the World Series. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And well, they did the same. Soto did
Right.
the same thing. Soto ends up going to the Yankees and boom. Of course, if you look at the Yankees, like not even being a baseball follower, you know, like I'm not playing fantasy or watching games every day or anything. You can look at New York's lineup and you're like, holy crap, they got that guy. Holy crap, they got that guy. It's
Yeah.
like, it's just a
Dodgers are
hoot.
the same way. Dodgers the
Dodge.
same way. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is going to come down to probably your pitching staff, I imagine. And
Yeah. Did you see Otani's like 18 for 22 or something like that with runners in scoring position or something like that? That's insane.
yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, if
Should be
I
interesting.
Yeah, if I had to pick, I'm probably going to root for. Oh man, I don't like either one of these teams, but I'll probably root for the Dodgers because Yankees have won enough.
I probably root for the Dodgers as well.
Yeah,
Just if I'm being honest.
yeah.
I don't watch baseball, I don't follow baseball, so
I
but
would. I'll probably watch the World Series, and I'm just looking. Actually, I'm just looking for a good game, something exciting, like down to the ninth inning. Blowouts in baseball suck.
yeah. Yeah, they're kind of boring to begin with. So yeah, the
Yeah,
closer the better.
yeah,
All right, well, BSS says if it ain't college, it ain't baseball.
yeah.
Well,
I agree, man. I'd much rather watch college baseball than Major League Baseball.
college baseball is pretty good too.
College baseball just seems, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's more exciting. The fans, especially in the SEC, the fans get into it a lot more. It's not unreasonable to go get a ticket to go watch the game. It's
yeah,
it's fun. It's a
yeah,
lot more fun. Major League is, I don't know. I mean, it's cool to go to the park, but you pay the same price ticket you'd pay at college. You're going to sit in the nosebleeds at a major league park. So
yeah. I feel like if you go to school somewhere, it kind of means a little more or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
sure, sure, sure,
It's
sure.
more
But
experiences that happen there than just you playing ball. You know what I mean? You're growing up and learning things as a person and learning things in general. It's
plus,
probably
yeah, plus you get a lot of I don't know, you get better competition in ball games, I feel like in Major League Baseball, one team like the Yankees can go out and buy like all the best players. Of course,
yeah,
now with NIL money, I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe college baseball is going to start being that way. I don't know.
yeah. No. All right, let's see what else I saw on the Twitterverse. Bam! Oh yeah, shout out to our guy Moses. Got a 3-year deal, 39 million. He's with Clutch, which I'm not a fan of them, but or I'm
Well,
not a fan of Rich Paul anyway. But
he
got the deal.
yeah, he got an extension out of his rookie contract, gets to stay with the same team, a team that might be, I don't know, vying out of the West. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
see.
but
Luca
he
got the
definitely
rug.
deserves it. The kid's been working his butt off, got a great jumper. I mean,
Yeah, he's playing good.
I loved him when he was in college. I still like watching him play.
Yep. I'm still rooting for him too.
And now with Clay gone to the Mavs, I mean, he's pretty much taken that spot. So
yeah, and they got Buddy Yield, the former Oklahoma kid too.
yeah, from the 76ers.
Yeah, he came to the
Yeah.
Warriors, I think. All right, let's see what else we got here. Boom, man, your team, Arizona State. They're holding kicker tryouts, bro. I
Yeah.
mean, the kicking game is atrocious, the coach said. So if you
Well,
can
I
kick
mean,
and you're at
I've
Arizona State,
yeah, I don't understand like all these programs, these top programs. I know they have soccer, you know.
yeah,
Surely they got a kid on the soccer team that can kick a field goal. You know what
you
I
think
mean?
so? Yeah. I
I
think
don't know.
the most hilarious part of this quote is the very end. I'm dead serious.
It's about the only part of the ASU club that struggles is their kicking game because their defense and their offense is really good, but they need to start going for two or going for it on fourth down. I mean, he's going to have to because
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Hang on a second. All right, let's see here. All right, man. So college football, we've only got a few undefeated teams left.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of these games? Did you watch the Oregon Ohio State game?
I did watch the Oregon Ohio State game. Great game. It was down to the wire. I liked it. Uh, yeah, I think I've watched. I didn't get to see the Indiana Nebraska game. It was on too early, but I listened to the updates on the radio, and they pretty much just annihilated Nebraska, man.
Yeah, they did 56-7, I think. Oof.
And Louisville beat somebody. Who Louisville beat? They put a butt whooping on somebody too.
Oh man, I don't even remember Louisville.
Yeah.
I know Illinois beat up on Michigan.
Yeah, did you see their uniforms? Those were the craziest looking uniforms, man. It's like a
Yeah,
throwback to Red Grange. The helmets
yeah,
were painted to look like leather helmets.
that was sweet.
Yeah, Matt was right. If they just get rid of them face masks, it would look like old time football out there, man.
Oh yeah. Louisville didn't win, dude. They lost to Miami, 52-45. Remember that? They
So
came back at the end.
why you got them up there? Who is LU? Isn't that Louisville?
Oh wait, hang on. Let me go back here. No, that's Liberty.
Oh, Liberty. Okay, my bad. My
Yeah,
bad. My
yeah,
bad.
Liberty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did not make my 12 sweet helmets. They were sweet helmets,
they
man.
were very sweet. I liked them a lot.
With that
Really.
airbrush and everything, they were neat.
Yeah, the wife is pretty upset about the beatdown. The whole family's kind of upset right now, Dale.
Well,
All
hey
right,
man, I'll tell
especially
you, Indian. I hope Ohio State is not overlooking Indiana because that's going to be a heck of a ball game, man.
yeah. How about Army and Navy still going at it?
Army and Navy, they should have their game coming up pretty soon. They play every year, so that'll be a
Yep.
my brother was in the Navy, and dude, I think I told you after the first game of the year, you watch out for Army. Army looks good, and here they come, man. That's going to be a fun ball game to watch. Army Navy.
Yeah, that will be a good one. Penn State still stays undefeated. BYU stays undefeated. Iowa State, Pitt.
BYU had to pull one out at the end, like it was like a last second touchdown or something like that to win that ball game.
Yeah, that was a close one. Pitt as well, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about Pitt. They're 6-0, which means they got their bye early in the year. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about Pitt. There's
I got messages going on everywhere. All right, man. Let's see. Next slide. All right. The SEC games, bro. We
Yeah.
go down from the top of the bottom or jump around however you want to talk about it, but let's talk about it, man. We had some good stuff. We had some bad stuff.
I don't
First
think we
game,
had any bad stuff, man. I think they
I
were
did.
all. Oh, well, I only lost one ball game. Anybody want to guess which game that was? Anybody?
Yes. Yeah, the poor Arkansas, man. And the LSU Tigers. I'm sure Dale's happy, but we're not. They didn't
We
just
are not. We are. Let me. This is what I'll say about the Arkansas LSU game. We are a good team, but we are not good enough to survive one turnover, much less three. And two of our turnovers gave them like the shortest field ever. So I mean, we're not built that way. We've got to play clean football, and we did not play clean football, man. We played now, and
no.
LSU was actually if we in that first half, if we could have played clean football and not turned the football over, LSU was making penalty after penalty. I mean, they were shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
We had a chance to take especially when it was 16-10 and we got the ball back. We
Yeah.
had a chance to grab the momentum and the lead, and then Talon, that Weeks kid, holy crap, that Weeks kid was everywhere.
Yeah, he
But
was. Yeah,
but
that was
Talon, that
that
was just a bad decision.
that
It was bad.
turnover was devastating at that time, man.
Well, even the Debinion, I think it was Debinion who fumbled. Uh,
Yeah, has a big
yeah,
run and then fumbles at the end.
fumbles. That even gave them a short field. And
Yeah.
you can't we're not a good enough team to overcome one
No.
turnover. We sure as hell can't have three.
And then I told you too, we're playing 10 yards off of them. I kept telling you, why aren't we
Yeah,
pressing them?
yeah, first half we gave them all the cushion in the world.
They
And
just
then
took advantage of it.
we came out in that second half and he started switching up the defensive front and kind of got a 3 and out on them. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, all right. And then Taylor goes down there and whatever.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I did I didn't like it from the beginning. I don't know why we deferred when we won the toss. I know that I know people are going to laugh at me, but why in the world don't we are built to play with the lead? So when you win the toss, you put your offense out there to try and get some points on the board as fast as possible, instead of we're going to show some, we're going to show our that we believe in our defense and we're going to put our defense out there first. And yeah, well, your defense let them go down the field and score a touchdown right off the bat. And they dominated time of possession. Exactly what I said we needed to do is what LSU did, minus
Mhm.
the penalties. If you take away LSU's 100-yard and penalties, they played a great ball game. They played an absolute outstanding ball game. That was like the only thing that they didn't do well was the penalties.
Yeah.
But we did not. It was like and why?
Because a lot of people say, well, here's BS says first, but Benji told me one time that he always defers because he wants the ball first, the second to start the second half. Because he said, no matter what happens the first half, I get the ball first to start the second half. So
I
that's one
like
that's one way to look at it.
I love taking the ball first and going down there and getting the lead, even if you only get a field goal.
Always defer.
Yeah, that worked out real well for us. Real well.
I don't know. I guess it probably depends on what I was trying to do. Like in this situation, I think you're right because we wanted to have the time of possession. The more we had the ball, the less they had the ball. It was more in our advantage to have it that way. So yeah, we should have took the ball probably. And I guess it doesn't matter. Possessions. They get the first to start the second half, but maybe we squeeze another one in right before the half, and we get one more than them.
Oh,
So,
I wasn't going to bring this up, but right before half, we were moving the ball, and they decided to reverse a targeting penalty. They decided not to call pass interference when a guy tackled us before the ball even got there. It
Mhm.
just like it started snowballing downhill right before a half, and then it didn't get any better. And I'm not blaming the refs. I mean, refs are terrible in every game. Every game, refs are terrible.
Mhm.
You've got to factor that in to the ball game. You got to factor in the fact that the refs are not going to help you out
Yep.
unless you're Kansas City. If you're Kansas City, then you can figure the refs are going to help you. But
Yep. Well,
but
how
things
about
just started to go downhill, and then from then on, it was as soon as Taylor threw that pick to Weeks, that batted ball that ended up being a interception. You could just tell that was it. They were deflated.
this?
Defense was worn out. They were on the field way too long. Just we're not built that way, man. We are not built that way.
Mm. What you think about that Georgia Texas game?
Called it. I thought Georgia would. I thought Georgia would beat them. It was Texas's first real test, not
Yep.
just as far as a good defense, but having
Yeah.
it just and Texas fans showed their ass by throwing beer cans into the end zone. Ended up getting $100,000 fine. I wonder if that's paid to the University of Georgia. I didn't look that up.
He said has nuts as a QB. I think he's accurate as hell, if you ask me. I
Well,
mean,
I mean,
he throw
I
a 10
think
yard out like nobody.
yeah, exactly. I think the coverage that Arkansas was giving the QB. I mean, he would have had to have a Russell Wilson first quarter
Uh,
in order
yeah.
for us to win that ball game.
I don't think he was under enough pressure I mean, there's a lot of guys that could have stood back there and threw like he did, Dale. So I don't know if this is because he was good or is this it was bad. But
Well, I think Willis is, or T Will as they call him. I think his strategy going into the first was he was going to keep everything in front of him, and he was going to wait for LSU to make a mistake, which
mm,
that works if LSU makes a mistake. But there were no mistakes being made. There was
that's
no
it.
pressure. There was no pressure getting in his face. Nothing like that.
When we got on defense and we were going to play man and we're not pressing them.
Uh huh.
I almost immediately thought, I mean, we're not playing to win. We're playing. We're not, and I don't mean that like we're not trying to win. We're not playing to win. You know what I mean? We're playing to not lose. You know what I mean? That's how it felt. Like, man, have some guts and let's confidence and get it done. You know what I mean? I don't know. I thought,
I was kind of disappointed in the coaching in this ball game. You had 2 weeks to prepare. I was really expecting more from not just the defensive side, but I was expecting more from the offensive side,
yeah,
uh, and it didn't happen. So, and there were a couple times when uh,
yeah,
I remember one time we were driving the ball pretty good, and it was like we got backed up, and it was like a 3rd and 8 or something like that, pretty long. And Talon, there gets some pressure on him, and he stepped up in the pocket, and he had maybe 15 yards in front of him with nobody, and he threw the football. And I
mm,
thought, maybe the bone bruise is bothering him.
yeah.
Because I mean, he had green grass out in front of him, and he ended up throwing the football.
Oh, he got away a couple times. Looked like he.
He did get away a
Wasn't
couple times,
well,
and Jackson again. He can't. He runs one play, and then he's got to go to the sidelines holding something,
I
something,
think he was
something.
hurt coming in, though. I mean, he's hurt coming in.
Well,
Something.
then yeah, you need to put him on the sideline and be like, all right, man, you need to rest or something. I mean,
Yeah. Well, anyway, back to Georgia, Texas. Georgia. I thought they just come out and punched him right in the mouth, dude. Like you said, Texas ain't played nobody. I looked at their schedule. I mean, they played Oklahoma. Okay, Oklahoma has no offense. Uh,
that was something I saw on the
anybody,
Twitterverse.
anybody has to beat them.
I saw your offensive coordinator for OU got fired.
Yeah, they fired him.
You know
Latrell, I
that
think his name.
that's usually the first thing to go before they get rid of the head coach. Yeah.
Well, you figure they hit. Well, here's the thing. We're gonna have to pay him $44 million if they want to do that because they just gave him a contract in the summer.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
are they gonna fire that guy or are they gonna fire the offensive coordinator? Let's fire the
they're
offensive coordinator.
they're going to end up firing everybody on that team except the head coach.
Probably. I mean, the offense is horrible, bro. They are horrible. They stink. I mean, South Carolina got a pretty decent defense too. I mean, I don't want to give it all away, but their offense is just horrible, man. They have no rhythm. They can't throw. Of course, they have guys injured and stuff too, but you can't hide your offensive line, like I've said since the beginning of the season. You can't hide that over here in the SEC, and they can't run. They can't throw. They can't do nothing. It's pitiful. And South Carolina just beat the crap out of
Yeah.
them. And then how about Alabama getting beat again? Ain't that funny? Oh,
I believe I took Tennessee in this ball game too.
you should have heard my buddy, man. You should have heard my Alabama buddy. Oh
Mm.
my God, he's ready to fire everybody, man. Fire this guy ain't good enough for the SEC. He sucks. The whole offense sucks. Well, he basically said he's like he goes, I could deal with the losing and stuff. He goes, it's just that like the effort's not there. That's what he said. You know, the effort. They're not. There's not. They ain't trying like they used to. Yeah.
Huh, interesting. It's almost like maybe they don't have the same standards that they,
Oh,
that
right.
they that they had just last year. That's really crazy that something
I
like that
know.
would happen.
I know. And this is coming from Alabama's like two. They only lost 2 games. All right.
They've lost 2 ball games. They're still in the top 25, which I think is
Yeah.
BS. But at the same time, they've lost 2 ball games, and they're sitting at number 15, which is the lowest they've set this late in the season ever, ever. And I got news for you. They might end up with 3 before it's over with.
I
Okay.
saw. I saw something said it's the first time they've had 2 losses before November
Mm-hmm.
in 17 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Probably about Tom Saban came along, probably or right after his first year. Alabama fans, man, I just hate it that y'all are so spoiled, man. Y'all so spoiled. Like, I mean, it's just like Oklahoma fans. You used to get mad at me all the time too when I'd be like, man, we freaking suck. Well, you went 10-2. I know we went 10-2, but it's frustrating and irritating. Well, Alabama fans don't even know what it's like to go 10-2. They're used to going 13-0. You don't
This,
lose one game. You know what I mean? So
I
reality
think
starts sinking in.
I think it's the most wonderful thing that's ever happened in college football. And I think it would be great if they went on like a 3-game losing streak. I think that would be awesome. I would love to see. I might actually tune in to the Paul Feinbaum show.
Dude, I bet they're burning down Alabama right now on the Feinbaum show right now.
Oh yeah.
I bet that's
This is Bubba from Alabama. I just want to talk about why didn't we just give Saban the world to stay? Why are we trying to replace somebody like Saban?
yeah. Yeah, well, Saban didn't want to do it no more, so yeah, Alabama. Tennessee. It's not that they look that great. Both these teams don't look that great, if you ask me. And then who else we got? A&M beats Mississippi State. Not convincingly,
Hey,
but pretty
I,
convincingly.
the little Tiger matchup was a wild little matchup, man. That Auburn Missouri game
Yeah.
that was one heck of a ball game right there. Old Brady Cook goes out. I hear on the radio Brady Cook's out, and I'm like, oh, they're screwed. They're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then he comes back like Willis Reed for the Knicks, comes trotting back out, and
Story is he went to the hospital and had an MRI done. Oh, you good, son?
You good? Get back
Put on
in
the
there.
Superman cape.
Yeah,
Came back down to the stadium. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
Touchdown. Win the game.
Win that.
Missouri legend. This guy's a legend now in Missouri, probably.
Yeah. Well, I also heard like on the trip to the hospital, that there was a medicine man outside that laid hands on him before he went into the hospital. So that's probably what did it. That's probably
Oh, okay. Well, you never know. Miracles happen.
Missouri lore. Brady Cook will live in Missouri lore forever.
That's true. He will. Vanderbilt keeps the win streak going. They beat up on Ball State. And
Hmm.
then, how far has Kentucky fallen, my friend? Or how far is Florida going up? They just keep winning. You know what I mean?
It's hard to win in the swamp. I don't care what team Florida puts forth. It is tough to win in the swamp. It's hard to win in
Uh,
the swamp. It's hard to win in Tennessee. It's hard to win on the road, period, in the SEC.
yeah,
Okay.
it
And
is.
now, whether Saban wants to believe it or not, it's hard to win at Vandy. It's hard to win everywhere in the SEC except Arkansas. You can come in and win by 20 at Arkansas.
24, but who's counting?
Can
Anyway,
somebody please explain to me how that was homecoming? Like, don't our game before that was at home. So don't you have to go to an away ball game and come back to the stadium for it to be homecoming?
I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing. I just thought it was just always halfway through the season.
And
The whole
why you schedule LSU for your homecoming? Because most teams get beat on their homecoming. I
better
think
in Tennessee, I guess. I don't know.
I think if somebody in analytics was to dig into it, you might find out that homecoming is one of the biggest losses across the nation.
All right, man. Well, then that's about it for college football.
7-1. I went 7-1 this week.
You did go 7-1.
There was only one team that let me down, and it was my own Arkansas Razorbacks, which I am so used to that it's not even going to affect my week. Okay. We look because honestly, I had us losing to Tennessee and beating LSU, and all we did was flip it. We won against Tennessee and we got beat by LSU. So I mean, I'm still right on track of where I thought they would be. Okay. So it didn't really affect me that much. Not really that heartbroken over it.
Yeah.
I do feel like it was a ball game but I feel that way about Texas A&M and OSU too. It's a game we could have won. We're not good enough to overcome turnovers. We can't do it,
No.
man. We cannot do
No.
it.
LSU's a pretty good team too. I'm not going to take anything away from them. They're pretty
No,
good.
no, no, no. LSU is a great team. Matter of fact, they're in my top 12.
They're
Okay.
in my top 12 as well.
Right now, y'all are playoff bound. I do believe it. You know, you
Yep.
still got to finish off the SEC, which is not the easiest thing to do. But if you
Yep.
stay on this track, Tigers are headed towards the playoffs, I do believe.
Well, let's talk about a little NFL, and then we'll come back and do our if the season were to end right now,
Yeah.
Power 12 playoff rankings.
Yeah.
But yesterday we had some NFL, and then we got the Monday night games tonight. But yesterday, well, I guess Thursday actually we started. Denver come in and whooped up on New Orleans, which we picked that one. We saw that one coming.
Yeah, I did not see Seattle beating the tar out of Atlanta. Oh my gosh, Kurt had a terrible ball game.
I didn't see that either.
Had a fumble that was picked up for a touchdown, and I think he threw a pick that went for either a touchdown or daggum close for a touchdown, one or the other. He did not have the best game.
Yeah, skip the Thursday games. A lot of people say that. I've heard a lot of players say that too because of the short week and recovery and all that. Let's see what else. Cleveland, Cincinnati. Cincinnati gets the win there. Cleveland, finally, good news for Cleveland.
Oh my gosh, dude! Oh my
Good
god!
news.
Can you imagine snapping your Achilles at home and the fans applaud when
Did
you're
you
getting
see?
carted off? They applauded. They stood up and cheered while he was being carted off.
Did you see the video of when he got hurt? Did you see his
Oh yeah,
thing
yeah,
snap?
yeah, yeah,
Oh my gosh, that
yeah,
looked painful.
yeah.
Now, so
The most expensive Achilles tear ever.
yeah, that's I don't know.
Now,
I think that's good
something
news for Cleveland.
two good things happened in Cleveland. Chubb got back on the field and got a touchdown. If y'all get Chubb back and Winston actually starts getting some snaps at center, y'all might get a couple more wins for the year's over. I don't see y'all tearing it up or anything, but you might get a couple more wins.
Yeah. Buffalo won pretty easily. We saw that one coming.
Yeah.
Jacksonville beat New England. That one, you
Yeah.
never know about Jacksonville, bro.
I
Just
took
never know about.
I took New England in that one. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think I did too.
Every time I take Trevor Lawrence, he loses. I don't take Trevor Lawrence, he wins. So there you go.
They are definitely a 50-50 ball club.
Uh,
Let's see.
Minnesota Detroit was an awesome ball game.
That was a crazy game, man. And man, Detroit.
So
Those guys.
I pose a question to you right here.
Mm.
Okay. Has the head coach for the Miami Dolphins gone from the most brilliant coach ever to the dumbest coach in the NFL? Because it sure looks like one player off his team and his team does not run.
It does seem that way, doesn't it? But I mean, it's a pretty vital piece, the quarterback, right? But
I understand, but all I heard, they gave him $200 million or something like that to be their head coach because he was this guru or whatever. And
Mike
you,
McDaniel.
you think that he would have like something to do when his quarterback goes down, like maybe a plan B or something like that. And it
Maybe have
doesn't
a backup. I don't know. Find you a Flacco or somebody. You know what
And
I mean? Like,
that's another thing is he had 2 concussions last year. You knew
mhm.
he was susceptible to injury. Why do you not have a good backup? That makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I know, man. I know they're in trouble. They are in trouble. I heard he might be practicing again soon, but I don't know. I don't think he's an idiot, but I mean, how good a coach are you though that you're not more prepared than what you look
Well,
like
that
right now?
you can't make an adjustment. It's like you can't adjust.
You're
It's
off.
like
I mean,
this is it. This is what I got, and I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, it's not good. Uh,
Philadelphia, New York. Jalen
yeah.
Hurts has a outstanding ball game.
So did Barkley.
Yeah,
Barkley said,
yeah. And
"Screw you, New York."
I saw they benched Daniel Jones.
Yeah, so he had thrown a touchdown pass at home and like since last year sometime. It was crazy. It was like 2022 or 2023 or something. I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Washington rolls over Carolina.
Yeah, even though Daniels got hurt, did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that he went to the locker room. I
Got
did.
his ribs. Something about his ribs. Probably gonna be all right.
He probably has an oblique injury.
Probably. And then Kansas City, man, their defense just. I mean, I don't.
Kansas City, freaking like their quarterback has underperformed this year totally, and they're still whooping everybody's butt. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't, I don't
their
know,
defense.
man. I don't know. I don't know. You know, you hope that you can get to Mahomes and you can make him have a bad day. Well, he's had like 4 or 5 bad games and his team still wins because the defense. How do you prepare your team to play Kansas City? That's
Man,
my
I don't
question.
know. I don't know, man. That's why they're still undefeated. So
Well, and I think probably the best game of the whole week since my Cowboys didn't play, New York, Pittsburgh. Uh, dude, what a game. Pittsburgh, way to go. I love the fact that they brought in Devontae Adams and he didn't make a damn bit of difference whatsoever. They still suck.
yeah.
It just it makes me feel good inside, makes me feel warm and tingly. Uh, I think it's time to move on from your uh, your aspirations of the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, and Wilson came in. He didn't play very good at the beginning. Looked kind of rusty, but then man, that second half, dude, he lit it up, and it's the most points I've seen a Pittsburgh team score in a while. So
Yeah, Wilson, that first quarter, man. I think there were a lot of Pittsburgh fans that by the end of the first quarter, they were like, okay, time to put Justin Fields back in. But you got to give it to Tomlin. Hung with him, and he shook the rust off, and he made a couple of really nice throws, a couple of really nice plays, and got the
yeah,
win, man. So,
yeah,
um,
kudos to them, man. If that defense gets clicking, I tell you, Pittsburgh's gonna be a tough out.
Pittsburgh's always a tough out anyway.
Yeah,
They're a good football team. If you want to talk
yeah,
about a coach should be making 200 million, there's your coach that should be making 200 million right there.
true, true. All right, man. Well, that was it for the NFL stuff. Like we said, we would do our Power 12, top 12 rankings if the season were to end right now. How would you rank the teams? In your opinion, who deserves to be in the top 12? So let me pull mine up here and give me your top four. This would be your conference champions. Give me your 1 through 4.
Number one, you got the Miami Hurricanes.
Miami. Okay.
Number two, you got the Oregon Ducks.
We're going to. Okay.
At number three, you got BYU.
BYU. Okay.
And at number four, this was tough. This was tough but I looked at the schedule and everything. So at number four, I got Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. Okay. Well, that's very possible. My four are 1, Oregon. 2, Miami. So we had those flip flopped. Number 3, Georgia. I still think Georgia comes back. I think they make the title game. I think they win the SEC. Number 4, BYU. So I got Oregon, Miami, Georgia, BYU. Those are my conference winners. So we're a little off, but not that much off. I don't blame you for the A&M one. They are leading the conference right now. So
Well, okay.
they're like 4-0 or something.
Georgia and Texas, LSU and Texas A&M all have one loss.
Yep.
Texas A&M and LSU are the only two that are undefeated in the conference. So I couldn't put Georgia or Texas into my top four because they have a conference loss. And until LSU or Texas A&M gets a conference loss, I can't bounce Georgia or Texas back above them. I don't think that's fair.
Okay.
Now,
something with the SEC this year because we don't have East and West anymore.
Mm-hmm.
How they decide who goes to the championship game? Is it just the two best conference records? So as if right now, the only two that would be LSU, A&M, right?
Right now, LSU, A&M would play each other in the SEC championship.
Yeah, so I'm probably wrong right off the bat here.
But all that's got to happen is for Texas A&M to get a loss in conference, LSU to get a loss in conference. Then we're going to be sitting with Texas, Georgia, LSU, and Texas A&M all with one loss. So then you got to go back to tiebreakers if they faced each other, all that stuff, to figure out who the two would be to go to the SEC championship. It's going to be crazy at the end of the year.
Yeah, it is. Totally is.
So I had to decide on whether to put Texas A&M into my top four or LSU into my top four. And since LSU beat Arkansas this week, I thought, screw them. I'm going to put in Texas A&M. So that's how I decided that.
All right. Well, I didn't think about Georgia not even being available for the conference championship game if it happened today.
Yeah, if it happened today, yeah.
But so let's say if the season were to end later, I think Georgia's going to come back and win the conference. But I can't even say that. I got to change this right now.
You got to either put LSU or Texas A&M in there.
All right. Well, I seen A&M schedule.
Lacey's home.
I hear that.
No, we're going to get the howls. We're going to get the actual howls.
Goodness gracious. All right. I'm gonna put A&M in there. I got Oregon, Miami, Texas A&M, BYU. Because you're right.
Okay.
Georgia's
I
not
like it when
available
you.
for
I love it when you say stuff like that. I love it
Georgia.
when
I
you
was
say
thinking
stuff.
there was an East and a West again for some reason. I don't know why I was thinking that, but
All right, so my next
yep.
4. Okay, this is where it's already crazy. All right, but
Yeah.
this is where
These
it
are
really
your
starts. These are
home teams.
my 5 home teams. Okay, so LSU is number 5.
LSU. All right.
Indiana's number 6.
Indiana. Okay.
Penn State's number 7,
Okay.
and Iowa State is number 8.
Iowa State number 8. Okay. My 5 through 8 are very similar. Penn State, Iowa State, Indiana, Army.
Army, okay. I'm
Army
okay
gonna
with
get a
that.
home game. Army gonna get a home game.
That would be sweet. That would be sweet if the armed forces got a home game. That'd be sweet.
Those are my 4 home teams.
Army still got to get past Navy,
Yes, they
and
do.
I think they might play Notre Dame at some point. I'm not sure if that's right or not. They might play Notre Dame at some point.
Let me look and see here. They play Notre Dame plays Navy and Army.
Yeah, I got to play them both.
Well, this could change. That's fine.
All right, so my last 4, my 4 teams that got to travel.
Yep. Travel teams. Here we go.
Number 9, Army.
Army. Okay.
Number 10, Navy.
Navy. Okay.
Number 11, Pitt.
Pitt. Okay.
And number 12, Texas.
Texas. Wow. That is interesting.
Now, out of my list, well, go ahead. Give me your 4.
My 4 are Texas,
Okay.
Ohio State,
Mm-hmm.
they lost to Oregon, Georgia, and LSU.
Okay.
So no Tennessee, no Pitt or Navy in mine either.
I have no Tennessee. I only have 3 SEC schools in the 12.
I've got 1, 2. I got 4.
Yeah, because you still got Georgia above LSU in your thing.
I do, yes.
LSU is still undefeated in conference.
I don't care. They won't be forever. Let's see who they play. Let's look at LSU's schedule. Let's see if I can find them here. Weren't they? They were ranked. LSU. Holy smokes! I finally found them. They play A&M. Oh, see, here we go. Texas. They got to play Texas A&M this week.
Yeah. So somebody don't come away with a loss in the conference.
Somebody's coming away with a loss.
They got to play where? Where are they playing at?
At A&M.
Ooh.
Then they got to play Alabama.
I think LSU can beat. I think LSU can beat Alabama this year.
I think so too. And then they play Florida, Vanderbilt.
Don't let that be a trap game. Don't let that be a trap game right there.
And then they finish with Oklahoma. I think they win that one. So yeah. They got to beat A&M and Alabama and Vanderbilt. Florida too, man. Florida's playing good, playing really good.
Where's the Florida game at?
At Florida.
It's hard to win in the swamp, man. Hard to win in the swamp.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, man. That's our
That's
top
crazy, man.
12.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me remove this thing right quick. Delete. All right, man. Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here? Good Monday.
It
Good
was a
show.
good Monday. It was a good weekend for football. I mean,
Yeah.
Hogs lost, but like I said, I had them losing to Tennessee last week, so it's not really that big of a deal. I still think they get to 6-7 wins this year. It's just they made it a little bit more difficult on themselves. They're running out of ball games.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Mississippi State.
Yeah, we got to play that one away, but it's Mississippi State. We should win that.
We should win that.
Okay, we should win that.
Fingers crossed.
That gets us to 5 wins.
Then we got Ole Miss,
Texas, and La Tech are all home ball games. So
all home games, and then at Missouri to finish. Yeah. Man, we need 2 more wins.
I think it's going to come down to we beat Mississippi State, we get to 5 wins. We're going to beat La Tech, that gets us to a bowl. We need to pick off one of these other teams, an Ole Miss, a Texas, or a Missouri, to get to 7. I actually said 8-4 to begin the year, but man, that's looking like daunting test to get to 8. So I'm kind of hoping for 7. At this point.
Bro, if we get to 6, that'd just be like, yeah, that was a good year, probably.
I think we'll get to 6.
I hope so.
I mean, honestly, if we can just learn to hold on to the football and not turn it over, we got a totally different season this year. If we do that from the beginning of the year, we're a totally different season.
Yeah, I agree, man. Well, before we get out of here, let's talk about our mental health like we always do. If you're struggling and need someone to talk to, or know someone else is struggling and needs somebody to talk to, there's a national hotline that you can call 988, and you can get some help. They'll talk to you, give you resources to get help that you might need somewhere else. Yeah, just don't do life alone.
It's also October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So everybody, get your wife and your mom and your grandmother to go and get checked out. Your daughters get checked out if they're old enough. I don't even know how old you got to be to get your first mammogram. I got no clue. Never had to do it, so I don't know anything about it. But
me neither. I don't know.
I do know that the earlier that they can catch it, the better. So get checked out, and yeah, man. That's about it. That's about all I got.
All right, man. Well, enjoy your Monday. Have some fun with the football tonight. And
yeah, what do we got tonight? Cardinals and somebody.
Oh, man, I was afraid he's going to ask me that.
Oh, it was
Cardinals. He's going to ask me that. Baltimore and Tampa Bay.
Oh, good ball game. That's the one I'll be watching.
And Chargers and the Cardinals.
The Chargers and the Cardinals, they're exclusively on ESPN Plus.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can see that one. I don't know.
They're trying to. I got to log in. If you need a login, just let me know if you really want to watch it.
I'm not probably going to watch that one. I'll be going to bed around then. About 9 o'clock, I go to bed. So 3:30 in the morning come pretty daggum early.
I think the Baltimore Ravens game will be, or the Ravens Bucks game will be the exciting one. That's liable to be 60-50 before it's over. Who the heck knows, man?
I never know. Then we got NBA tomorrow night. So
NBA starting up. That's right.
Basketball season's here, man. It's coming. So
yeah, November 4th, I think, is when college basketball kicks off. Dude, I'm so ready for that.
Yep.
And then
it's gonna be fun, dude. So many exhibition games going on right now. It's crazy. I catch Duke had an exhibition game. I watched some of it, dude. Man, these dudes are unreal, man. It's crazy. They're gonna be really good. And then I saw Baylor beat Texas A&M, I think, in an exhibition. So Baylor's going to be pretty good. Yeah. It's going to be some good teams, man. It's going to be fun.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Enjoy your Monday. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Woo pig.
Peace out.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.